This week we're going to talk about peer review and revision. Last week we practiced our summary skills and discussed our best practices in the library. We also practiced the art of quoting. This week you'll peer review a classmate's paper and finalize your summary. Here are this week's learning objectives. First, you'll review a classmate's paper by giving helpful feedback in both in-text and end-of-text comments. You'll share ideas about how to use the library by posting to the discussion board. You'll complete the revision process by applying feedback from the instructor and your peer review partner to your final version. And you'll reflect on the overall writing process in a half-page journal entry at the end of the assignment. The readings for this week will only come from the They Say textbook. You'll read chapters 4 and 5. Additional materials include the peer review video, which
writing a concise summary.
I clearly reversed from last week, so I'll have to fix that one as well. Okay, so the assignments for this week include your initial post for discussion 6, your summary peer review. The assignment instructions can be found here. You can review the peer review video. Might as well check this one to make sure it's the right one. Okay, it is the right one.
Peer review.
So I'll go ahead and copy that. And in text comments, you'll use track changes. That is part of Microsoft Word. And then you'll click on comments and put comments in the margins. Some of the things that you'll comment on are here. And then at the end of the text, you'll give some specific feedback as well. And here's a list of Norton textbook resources to help you. You'll turn in your peer review both to the Dropbox and to the locker. And then you'll complete the They Say 5 assignment, which has to do with chapter 4 and 5. You'll review the article for your summary and write a 1 to 2 sentences summarizing the article. And this, of course, can be taken directly from your summary. This is just to set up the context for this specific assignment. And then you'll write 1 to 2 sentences discussing identifying places where the author agrees or disagrees with others, and or how you agree or disagree with the author. So we're starting to look for those connections. And then you'll identify how the author signals when he or she is asserting his or her views and when he or she is summarizing the views of others. So you're just really analyzing the article and talking about how signal phrases are being used and how agreement and disagreement is being identified. And I took my Jason Hong article and I just copied the first 2 sentences. I might have edited a little bit, but then I wrote that I agree and disagree with the author. This is appropriate for these exercises, but in your research paper you would not make a statement like this. You'd be use a little more finesse when integrating your agreement or disagreement. And then I go ahead and say from one perspective how I agree, and then I contrast how I disagree. And then I identified the signal phrases that Jason Hong used in his article. And so you can, the PDF is not linked here, but you know the PDF is in the week before's assignments. So you can check the PDF if you want of the original article. But that's basically the They Say assignment. Now, because of 4th of July, we will only have a Tuesday deadline, so enjoy your week. And here's this week's checklist. Again, with stuff we just went over. This will hopefully help keep you on track. You've got your readings and your videos, and then the actual physical assignments. And then next week, you want to plan ahead. We're going to be talking about MLA format. The major assignments for next week are the working thesis statement and the annotated bibliography. And of course, usually this week the summary final would be due. But because of the holiday, I've pushed the summary final deadline to next week. In addition, you'll just continue gathering and reviewing potential sources for your paper. And that is week 5. We're at midterm now. The class is going by quickly. I hope things are going well with you this semester, and keep me posted on any specific questions you might have about the research process, any help you might need. Don't forget to use the librarians on the discussion board. That Ask a Librarian discussion is there for your help. And have a great week.